once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack, and I am Jack Talcott. It is Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Let's get started here. I hope you can chill out and relax as we settle into our time together, whether you're here in the present moment with me or joining later time. Blessings to all of you. I really am. I'm excited. I'm filled with inspiration. Got a couple of pages of notes again, and I got a lot of topics that I want to share. And along the topics, I have ideas that I hope to share. And in order to share, I have strategies in mind, right? It's up to me. I need to slow things down and just make sure it comes through clearly. I mean, in the background of it is rejoice in the Lord. That's the idea and the message that I want us all to receive a little bit, and inspired by words from the past, the Sunday scriptures, from the Psalm. Open to me the gates of righteousness. I will go into them and I will praise the Lord. The gates of righteousness and praise of the Lord. How can you know God's righteousness? How can you know where the gates are found? How can you even know to ask that the gates be opened if you're not looking for the highest perspective? If you're not looking for the Most High, for the righteous answers, you're not going to find it. I mean, you may stumble into it on occasion and do what's right when it's right, but the best way to know is to look. So finding the way and finding the way how to enter into righteousness, that is a path for only the willing and the wise to discover for themselves. But as a man who is willing, and I'm certainly willing to try and be wise, I will encourage you to look for this for yourself. Look for the gate to righteousness in your own situations, in your own relationships, in your own struggles. Look for the path to righteousness so that you can at least have it to be considered. Okay? Because truly the destination of peace, it is available for all of us to arrive at together. And unity, I mean, it's hard to be righteous if you're all alone. Usually righteousness involves doing what is right, with others at the right time. You know what? I'm in a good mood. I am. I don't even know if this is it's not the real one. This is the insanity machine. Hello, everyone. I get what you're doing. And if you bring me on the show, I'll make a modest donation to help you and apologize for all the jokes I make at your expense. That would be nice. That would be nice to receive. But that's okay. I have no expectations whatsoever, not from anyone other than me. And I expect myself to do what is right all the time. Not just when I want to do what is right, but to do what is right at the right time. And that, my brothers and sisters, can be hard to figure out. Because sometimes you know what the right choice is, you know the right answer, you know it's time to end a job. You know it's time to have that tough conversation and end a relationship or change a relationship. When we know it's right to do, there's another bit, which is the timing. But something I've learned for myself, and it's real obvious, we can worry ourselves sick when trying to figure out a question, when trying to find the right answers. We can make ourselves physically sick from worry. What I found eliminates most of my worry is making a choice. right? If you got something weighing on you, if you can make a choice, make that choice. Prepare yourself to, accept whatever consequences, make the choice and move forward, because that's how success is found, and failure. But don't worry about the failure, look for the success. And if you're just stagnant, waiting and planning and not really moving, that could be a mistake, man. I did this stuff. And so I try to communicate some of the lessons I've learned in my past, hoping that maybe others will be smarter than me, take what I learned and do something good. I've got a bunch of notes here. I had some great conversations from yesterday. We had our stream yesterday, and it was a kind of a monologue. It was fun. I actually enjoyed it. I had some positive feedback from the folks who stopped in. And then after that, wait, was that? No, yesterday was with the with Landry, wasn't it? I had the conversation yesterday instead of my live stream and open panel. We restreamed a conversation with Modern Men Lost Again. Landry and I had some great conversations, and then after that, I found myself on another panel with our friend NPC the Game. We had more conversations there last night and some fun, but I stayed up late. I made a visit to our friend Illuma Tommy late at night. Oh my goodness, that wasn't a good way to end the day. I could have left the day in a success, but I joined a group where people were generous with their hate and their criticism towards me. And the life we live, my brothers and sisters. Oh, so continuing on, though, the saga of Jack and the online journey. Bear with me if this bores you, but earlier today had some amazing conversations. I made some connections, and I think I'm finding some friendships, right? True friendships through this online experience. And so I had some healthy dialogues. I went, and actually it was in the chat after I scheduled. I did join the conversations with Breakfast Tacos earlier today. He hit a milestone in his subscription count, and so he was hosting an open conversation. I was there before I started here. This Jackie boy, man, I run around quite a bit. But here, back to why we are here. I want to share some value for you. If you're willing to receive the value, and if I can get it out clearly, well, then it makes our time together worth something. Some of the ideas of the human mind and the ego, the truth. See, there's a mysterious power that comes from the objective reality we share. There's objective truth, and then there's the knowing. There's the thoughts and the ideas that explain all the facts and all the movement and all the principles of everything. Okay, so there's the physical emanation and the physical phenomenon of life. Then there's the identifiable and measurable forces that are involved in all life, whether you go down to the molecular and the atomic and, on the more big scale, the mystery of gravity, what keeps us on this ground. There's all sorts of mysteries and powers in the unseen part of life. And that unseen part is also where we're going to find the explanations, right? That's where I'm taking us. It's to the explanations. It's through the explanations of facts and observances through the power of language that the truth is known. But there's a mysterious relationship between human beings, you and I, and the truth. Okay, and it's this unseen power that we all have a relationship with. But what the ego within us, the mind that is self-centered and it's all about self-preservation and It worries too much. Worries. It's the part that worries. So the part within us that worries, that is actually the real tricky relationship from the truth, because the truth is hidden from the ego. The ego is our blindness, it's our ignorance, it's the part that doesn't know and that thinks it knows. But there's more beyond all that. So the egos in this world, people will protect egos from the truth. This is why there's enabled betrayals in marriages, in relationships, in governments, in economics, because we're protecting them from learning, protecting them from knowing the truth. Oh, she can't learn he's been unfaithful. Oh, he can't learn that whatever, right? People, man. We got governments thinking that people can't handle the truth. It's been in the media, it's been in the shows, it's all there. So what is your relationship with the truth? If you don't have a healthy relationship, you'll have an ego within you. It's either arrogant and filled with itself. I already know, I don't need to listen. And you're going through life convincing yourself you know it all. That's not wise. Another way the ego will corrupt us is if it feels so small, so insignificant. Oh, I can't ask that question because they won't want to tell me. So what? If there's a truth and there's an answer in your life that you feel is helpful to you, go after it. Go after the answers. Seek to know, even though it might not be the answer you want. Why? Because the truth is all that matters. If you're not aligned with the truth, you will never find the gates to righteousness. And it's far more important to be accurate than to be right. Okay, because righteousness is right. It's the correct right. But you can be right and then be wrong at the same time. I've done that a lot, right? Good intentions executed poorly. Next thing you know, I'm cleaning up messes again, right? Jack, another broken heart, another disappointed expectation. Time to go clean up some more tears, Jack. We do this stuff to each other and we don't even realize it. If you have a choice to make between your egoic beliefs, your egoic feelings, and the truth, you better believe the truth is more important than how you feel. The truth is more important than what you think, because if you're not thinking about the truth, then what are you thinking about? Fantasies. You're thinking about lies. You're thinking about imaginations or memories that might or might not even be true. We live in a world of pretend where profits are made from the uninformed. Okay, there's no one to blame for someone being uninformed in a day and age of technology. And this might be the way the Most High said. You know, it's all simple and obvious. The truth is there for those who want. There's nothing to hide. But yeah, for those who want to stay uninformed, who want to stay misled, who want to stay casting votes after votes, pretending like a vote in these corrupted systems even makes a difference. You can stay pretending and playing the games that allows the billionaires to, do what they do. Or you can ask yourself, what is the best way to accomplish change? What is the best way to accomplish change in my life? If you face yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself these questions, you'll give yourself the answers. You won't keep secrets from yourself, not if it's your life that you're asking about. What is the direction I need? What is my answer? Where could I find the answer? Where could I find some support to help me find the direction? Well, Jack is available for those who are willing to try. But the key for us all, sincerely, it's really much more simple than the ego mind wants to believe, because the ego mind wants to believe that the identity you have, the character you are, it's important. Other people couldn't continue if I wasn't the way I am. The world would stop if I didn't do this job perfectly. So I gotta be insane. I'm making fun of myself, my old memories. If you saw me in the past and you heard the voices in my head, I'd tell them to myself, God, I was a jerk. Anyway, back to the point. What we all want to do, the key to maturity, the key to success, the key to the path to enlightenment, it's all rolled together. They're all the same thing. The key to you is to be true to you. Find your true nature, not the corrupted nature of the world. Don't believe the propaganda and the nonsense. You can't help anybody till you help yourself. Oh, you can't give that money away. You got to save. Oh, you can't not have guns and ammo in your house. That'd be crazy. You'd be vulnerable. Find your true nature, not the corrupted nature. Don't try and compete with the Joneses. I hope you know the saying, right? We're not here to drive each other nuts. Your true nature, is your true nature to be confused? No. Is your true nature to be angry? No. Is your true nature to be sad, to be unhappy, to be filled with shame and guilt? If you think that's your true nature, you might have bought into some of the religious propaganda. Okay? Because some of the religious propaganda wants you to think that you're just a sinner. You're just a wretch. And there's no hope for you except the blood of someone else. If that's true, it is. But what I found to be true is it's very important. Matter of fact, it's life critical for you to be honest, just like it's life critical for me to be honest. We think it's okay to tell lies, to tell partial truths, to exaggerate, right? So we can get more sympathy and more people on our side. These exaggerations and the manipulations, that's tactics of the foolish. Because only the foolish disrespect the truth. Only the foolish ignore the truth. Only the foolish deny the truth. Only the foolish will put themselves somehow above the truth of another. Find your true nature. Maybe that could have been the title, but it's really the path. The true nature of who you are is yet to be discovered. I assure you, all of us have untapped potential, but the society we live in, it profits from a corrupted mind, corrupted heart, right? The world systems we rely on, they depend on your division, your corruption, your helplessness, your hopelessness. And with it also thrives with the idea that you will spread your hopelessness, your helplessness, your fear, your anger with your neighbors, with your family. You get to choose, man. What I found is real, the true nature. Think about those words for yourself. What is true? How do you know what is true? The only thing I know is true is here in the present, right? My memory has been wrong many times in the past. My imagination has taken me to places that were not comfortable or not pleasant. So I've been learning to focus on the power of now. There's books written on this topic, right? The power of now. It's not a joke. It is. It is the life bringer. It is the life sustainer. Now might be where and when our relationship with God can happen, because now is when everything else can happen. So let's allow ourselves to unite, to start today. Every day is a brand new opportunity. Every day is a brand new chance for your spirit to grow, to move, to bring healing, to bring inspiration, to bring creativity. And your body is just the vessel to get this stuff done. But the key is to get your insecurities, your shame, your doubts, your hate, your opinions. You get your opinions out of your way so that your heart can lead you to righteousness. Because as the scripture says, right? Open to me the gates of righteousness, I will go into them. Once you see the right choice, you see there's no other choice than the right choice. And when you see that there is a right choice that gets you through your problems, through your pain, into salvation, and there's many levels of this, many ways to define this, but each of us is on a unique life path through time. It's a glorious, amazing, incredible gift that I never want. I do not want to spend another day absent from gratitude. Okay? I don't want to spend another day of my life absent from gratitude. Because what I found is gratitude is where the happiness is found. And if you want to, and you start filling yourself with happiness, dude, you feel so good. You got this joyful energy to you. You're willing to love the unlovable. You're willing to do the uncomfortable. Why? Because you know that you are where you are with love, and that is all that matters. And wherever you are when you're with love, what else is important? I guess everything is important, but that's the key. To find your true nature, right? That's where you're going to find the gates to righteousness. Your gate to righteousness is here in your mind. And the pathway is going to lead you into the heart. Because in your heart, your true conscience is, I believe, a form of it. But the heart will speak. The heart will lead you to the truth. But you have to be honest. Because between the mind and the heart, if you don't have a unified connection, if you got this double mind where you're separated, oh, I know my feelings are this, but this is, I have to do this, and this says I have to do that. And if you start dividing that, your feelings from your logic, that's the double mind, and the double mind is unstable in all ways. So the key I found is to align your mind, align your wisdom and your logic, the sound reasoning and the memory, with the spontaneity and the mystical qualities of inspiration and intuition. So you balance your spirit with the limits of your ego, because your ego is that limiting part, perhaps. I don't want to confuse it over the words, mislabel things, but the idea is to balance your masculine tendencies with your feminine tendencies. And this isn't gender. These are qualities of personality and archetype. If you can find the balance within your mind, and then find a balance between your mind and your heart, and then find a balance between your being, right? Your mind and heart are balanced into your being. And then you find a balance between you and those around you. And it's not a balance where you're trying to, overtop, or, you're looking up at everybody else. No, it's here and now. Here and now is the equalizer. Okay. You meet someone here and now, and you are a reflection of each other. Doesn't matter the reputation. It doesn't matter the bank accounts. It doesn't matter the titles or diagnoses. Time and right now, I think that is the mediator, the equalizer. Hey, and blessings to all of you. Sincerely, the support, I appreciate it. And yeah, man, if we can get excited about what is happening here, I think there's reasons to. I really do. I think there's enough reasons that we could start building some excitement, really getting people involved. I don't have all the details yet, but we're going to get it together. So I haven't made it very far in my notes yet, but we're doing good. Continuing with this idea of finding your true nature, right? Not confused, not small, not swollen, not bruised, not hurt. The true nature that is healed and whole and innocent and pure. That true nature is filled with knowing. Okay, it's filled with answers. It's filled with solutions. It's filled with blessings. It's filled with appreciation and abundance to share. Okay, now that would be one who is filled with the Spirit. They're filled with the true nature of their being. One who is not filled with the true nature is one of the world, right? In the ways of the world, people get pretty full of themselves. They don't really think of others. They lose thought and consideration of what others might be experiencing. And those who are full of themselves, they place themselves above the wisdom of others. And I've experienced a lot of people who want to place themselves above me and anything I might share, but I know who I am. God allowed me to discover who I was not. And that is a gift. That is a gift that cannot be taken from me. And this is why, as a coach, one of the exercises I promote and I encourage everyone to consider, real simple exercise. Piece of paper, 10, 15 minutes, and you do 2 columns. Who I am not, who I am. You spend some time on those, figure out who you are not from what you used to be and the things you decided, yeah, I'm no longer like this. I want to be different than that me. You list out who you are not, who you are no longer, and then compare that to who you are becoming. All the amazing qualities, all the true attributes and gifts and skills that you've picked up over the years. You give yourself a visual representation between bad and good, past and future. It helps resolving your mind, right? Getting the stuff out of our mind and on pen and paper and in front of us, making a plan, doing an inventory. There's true benefit to doing these simple tasks, these simple things. Because once you get it out of the mental realm and into the physical realm through your actions and mobility, it rearranges things. You get to see things from a different perspective. And when you can see things, see yourself and the things that are within you, when you can see those from a different perspective, you get to know you a little better. And that's what a friendship is. Friends get to know each other. Relationships are important, right? The true intimate relationship is one that's done through the mind. Knowing, right? Intimate knowing of each other. But it's hard to know another if you don't know who you are. And if you're always battling over identities from the past or definitions that you want to cling to, then you're missing out. I used to do those things. Something I learned in another note I wrote down, it's simple and obvious. We align with the frequency we are, okay? As Tesla and others have said, if you want to understand the universe and this realm, think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration. Okay, time is a reflection. It's a phenomenon that occurs through time. So it's through time we can observe and experience the energies of life. And there's energies of life within us and around us, whether we see them, recognize them or not, they are. So we do align with the frequency that we are, the energy that we are. Like attracts like, just like magnets and the polar energies, that stuff works between us too. I mean, we're just really electromagnetic, biological, I don't know, tools. We're pretty cool, but we align with the frequency that we are. So if you find yourself around a lot of angry people, a lot of sad people, a lot of people complaining, look around. If you go through your day in your home and there's a lot of clutter and a lot of unfinished projects and a lot of just things stacked up, hello, look inside. There's the outside will often mirror what is within, and it's done that way so that we can learn. It makes sense to me. So we align with the frequency we are, and truth has a frequency. Truth is not urgent, it's not desperate, it doesn't need to fight to be powerful. The truth has like an energy of strength and it's solid. So if you align with the energies of truth, the world outside may be against you, but if you are aligned with the truth and you stand in the shadow of truth because you've humbled yourself, you've placed yourself below the truth, and these are the facts that I stand upon, well, then it's out of your hands for sure, right? That's what I've been learning to do, is to walk with the strength of the knowing of what is within me. Walk with the strength of the knowing of what is potential for me. If you can walk with the strength of trueness, with that purpose, right? My purpose is to reclaim my true identity, because my true identity is natural. And the true identity of who you are, who I am, before we buy into the corrupted traditions and all the narratives of the society, before we buy into all of that, the true nature of us is like Jesus, perfected in the eyes of God, walking without sin, overcoming temptations, because we know there's no other choice. Again, when you see the options mentally, you see the options of righteousness versus unrighteousness, and you see the consequences, and you imagine the reality of these things. There is no other choice. There is no other choice other than forgiveness, other than compassion, other than mercy, other than willingness to give. There's no other choice. The other choice brings consequences of guilt and shame and resentment and hate. And if you have any choice to avoid guilt and shame and resentment and hate, shouldn't you? Shouldn't you avoid doing the things you know you shouldn't do? I mean, it's a no-brainer. And yet we live in these bodies and we live in this society where it's physically challenging to do what is right sometimes. It is so hard for us to ask for help. And I know I'm not alone in saying this. There's so many people. We're so prideful and willing to just go through hell just to prove our independence. I don't need anybody. Others hurt me in the past, so I'm going to make it hard for me today. The illogical mind of the anxious human. Oh, praise God. Praise God indeed. I'm kind of bouncing around and I never know what is and is not being received. I'm going to go ahead and open the link for those who may wish to join. Hey, no, absolutely. No disrespect. You're right. Just because I've had these problems does not mean everybody does. Absolutely. But I know that for those who have experienced or are experiencing some of the problems I shared, I know for a fact it can be helpful. And that, to me, is all that matters. Happy Sunday to you. Um, yes, more activism, up and out there again, less loopy tube. I agree completely. I do agree completely. Here, earlier today, I've promoted him. I don't have it pulled up, but I've talked about him before. And I've talked about generically how at this time of history that you and I were all sharing, there are so many amazing, incredible opportunities to learn. If you're not really aligned with me, you don't like the way I talk, you don't like my speech cadence or the words I choose, I'm not for you. That's fine. There's other people. And I encourage you, if you have questions on spirituality, on self development, on self improvement, you have questions on health, go after those. Find the answers that you need. But it's real easy as well to get caught up in the process of learning, spending hours and weeks and months and even years just learning and preparing and strategizing, and then finding some other complication. Oh, we got to deal with this complication, and never actually putting it into application, never putting it into practice. See, the devil inside, the devil of self sabotage, the devil of procrastination, these things are true. The tendencies are there. Okay. And if you don't pay attention to your good tendencies and your bad tendencies, then you're lacking balance. You're going to be lopsided because you're not really getting a clear perspective inside of who you are. Yes, to all of you, sincerely, our poll, thank you so much. Many of you guys, in the even in the other conversations I've had, I've seen a lot of support from the mods and from the chat. I agree. You didn't get a notification. Can I speak to the manager? That's kind of what I want to do in America. I want to speak to the manager of America. I think that's Donald Trump, although it's not really him, although it is kind of him. Because you think about the way a business is operated, you go into a restaurant, you talk to that manager. That manager's not the boss. He's just an employee. So I guess I do. I want to speak to the management of America. Um, yeah, I am. I'm like a little bit radical. I'm kind of like a Karen, but I'm a white dude, so I get away with saying things that other people don't. So I'll play the role of a Karen in America. Karen cut. I want to go talk to. I want to talk to the bosses. Trump actually doesn't run as much as he thinks. Maybe I'm underestimating how much. How much? Yeah, I am underestimating. As soon as I start thinking about this, he's got some dedicated folks. There are people that will do anything for him. He's running some things. But one of the things I've been talking about here on YouTube, okay, had a conversation about this earlier. There is an individual accountability and an individual responsibility for the truth. People want to play these games that I'm not responsible for how they feel. I'm not responsible for this. Yeah. You are responsible for what you say. You are responsible for how you say it. And if you are responsible for saying things that are not true, and then there's consequences from that, then you are literally participating with the destruction of innocence, all because of a lack of truth. See, and there's a clear destruction of innocence that's happening. We see it in the news. But the world of today, particularly in America, I say this because this is where I am. The world of today, from my views in America, people have become numb to the pain of others. And that saddens me. And I think it saddens them too. That's why they've made themselves numb. They don't want to feel sad knowing that others are suffering far worse than they are. Because it does, it breaks your heart. But this is the reality we live in. And if people are unwilling to face the pain rather than continuing to numb it, if people are unwilling to face the pain, then the pain will not subside. It will not go away. The pain is a sign and a symptom of brokenness. Our nation and this world, the world systems are broken. Real human beings are suffering as a result. And I know we can change it. I'm just one dude saying what I say. But we are in this together. And there's no way to force, right? There's no way to force yourself. There's no way to, well, you can force yourself, but that's tough. You got to be a dick to force yourself to do things you don't want to do. I used to do that. That's how I made it to work every day. Forced myself to go to work. Forced myself to be nice. Forced myself to get along with people who I hated. Oh, I resented me for that. So I realized there's no forcing anyone. If you accept responsibility for you and you claim your identity, right? You claim your true nature. You realize I have never been forced to do anything. I chose to do everything I chose. Now, my options may have been limited. There may have been, other mitigating factors, but I chose every choice I made. And by that knowing in this pattern of me that I've chose every choice I've made, and that led me to good results and poor results, I can continue that pattern. I can continue choosing every choice I make. But I'm going to do a lot better job than I used to. And this goal, if you can pick this goal up for yourself, this conversation for you, if you can carry that in you, I think it can help, depending on who you are. Maybe you're already solid, but I see a lot of people that are doing their best, right? They're trying real hard. The devil loves us to try, loves wasted energy, loves to see us struggling and exerted and just weak from all the trying. It's so hard to be nice. I just can't do it anymore. So the devil thrives on that stuff, right? Our weakness. But don't force yourself. Be like Jesus and lead. Lead yourself like no others can lead you. Lead yourself with honest motivation, honest compassion, honest goals. But in your goals, don't let your mind limit yourself, right? Let your spirit be big, and your actionable goals, have levels and layers of goals, right? For the success that is in your future, that you intend to manifest and create and achieve and grow into. That greatest goal is there before you, but you got a lot of work to do. And it's not just an elevator to the top. It's not an elevator to immediate happiness. There's work involved, but it doesn't have to be a struggle. It doesn't have to be a long time. It can be instantaneous, right? Because the path to happiness, it's not long or difficult or distant. It's a shift. You can be on the same path and just shift one step, and all of a sudden, whoa, things are different. I'm no longer burdened by this crap I was weighing myself down with. I'm no longer weighed down by guilt and limitations. I feel amazing. And holy cows, the world didn't change. It's all still here. But once you shift from the inner limitations into the more spirit-led life, I'm telling you, the colors they change, the sounds, you notice different things. It's just everything is different, and yet it's the same. It's just more glorious, more beauty, more opportunities through a change of mind. This is Brown's boy, I'm sure, isn't it? Another fool who's been enabled by wise men, but a fool nonetheless, who doesn't really have much respect for the truth. But thank you for showing up. I think I've removed a bunch of your accounts by now, and eventually you'll run out. Holy cows. What do I do? What else did I have? Oh, opinions. Consider this concept here. Part of this, let me recognize, not to point out my flaws, but folks are tuning in, and I do hope to continue growth, and I want people to understand. So some of these live streams, it's in part to share inspirations, to actually get out some of the newer ideas, with the idea that I can always come back and build on these some more. But I don't want to lose what I feel are newer ideas for me, building on past knowledge. So part of me is documenting, part of me is trying to share. And it may not always come through real orderly or real clear. But for those of you who can get through, right, follow along with me and catch the good stuff when you can. I think there's some incredible gems of wisdom that come through, and some fun stuff too, because I've been aligning with me and who I am. I know who I am. I am a lovable guy. I really am. And I love learning. I love sharing. I love wisdom. I love thinking. I love living. So I know who I am. There's a lot of narratives and false beliefs about me. Brown's boy has been a part of those. But let me get back to this other idea. I built all that because I wanted to bring in a different random topic in. The idea of opinions, right? We've heard the narrative opinions are just like buttholes. Everyone's got one, right? Everyone's got an opinion. But consider how opinions are shared and what they reveal. Okay? From the arrogant people, opinions are stated as facts. And I realize I can come across as very arrogant. I say a lot of things as though I have some command or authority on them. And so I say a lot of things that come through as facts. And I don't intend for it to be arrogant. I do feel confident in the things I say. But so the arrogant will look at their opinions as facts. Since I said it, it's true. I disagree, so you're wrong. It's a fact. Now the humble people don't throw their opinions around as though they're controlling or they've got some weight, right? The humble will offer forth their opinions as suggestions. I think that's what I'm trying to do. I really am. And maybe I'm trying too hard. I don't know. It's hard to know what you're doing unless you figure it out. But I try to offer forth my opinions as suggestions. Just simple offerings for you to consider. So take that in mind too, that if you've got someone who's real arrogant and mean and strong, and they're telling you all these nasty things to you, it's a suggestion. Doesn't matter the energy. It doesn't matter, the intention. Information is information. It's up to you to consider it. If you shut someone down because you don't like the tone of their message, you're denying yourself from receiving the true intentions of the message. The true intentions, the true meanings, that is the only thing that matters. We literally have nations at war with each other, children dying, a world of chaos where evil has had its fun, I think. We live in this world where, because people can't find agreement, other human beings are suffering and dying. That's what's going on in Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, in Sudan, many of the other areas of conflict that are just, not right here in my brain right now. It's all because human beings can't seem to get along. Let's change it. I know it seems hard for people to get along. I know it seems hard to communicate with strangers or to communicate with people you don't like to, but let's find a way. It's the only way to live, brothers and sisters. The only way to live is with peace and love and joy. Because if you're not living that way, then you're kind of missing the point. Panelverse, blessings to you. Thank you. Share the support. I do encourage. We could have excitement. We can have excitement. The power of suggestion. Thank you. It's the power of truth, right? The suggestion is just making the information available. And if we don't make true information available for each other, what is wrong with us? I mean, and I don't withhold much. I question, should I really try and let them know they're wrong? Or should I allow the ignorant to stay blind? That is a personal question Jack has been deliberating about. Seriously, guys, because I have this dream. Not lying about the dream. I'm not going to let it go either. Peace on earth. I want to be a part of that. And there's been a lot of people betting against me. And I've listened to their opinions. Like I said last night, I joined a panel and I listened to some real disgusting opinions about me. And the fact that these strangers have so much confidence being just absolutely rude and offensive towards me publicly. I see this as a sad sign of our society, okay? Because, brothers and sisters, we do not have to live in a world where good people get hurt, where it's just the ordinary way, where bad people get away with it. No, we don't have to accept that. We also don't have to be running around trying to make sure everyone's punished. That is a hell realm. There's everyone running around trying to punish everyone for things they heard or said. And this, dude, yes, our poll. How are we just ignoring the idea that official government documents admitting we live in a very complex, energetic, shared experience of consciousness? One could say it's a holographic simulation. And how could that not be? And what is going on with this nonsense of Donald? Oh, I guess Epstein had no book. Oh, it was just all child corn. That's all the videos were. There was no other ones involved. And the American public is thinking this is, no, it's not. There's a lot of people that are waking up. There is a lot of people who are waking up to see that things are wrong. Amen, TJ. Being rude and offensive is not the way of Christ. We correct in love. We disciple in love. We lead with love. We direct with love. We connect with love. The love of Christ. And that love of Christ, I agree completely. And that love of Christ, it is a little different than what we're used to. Because what people have gotten used to is how love hurts. Love is going to come with betrayal. Love will come with, people taking from you. No, no, no. That's not the love of Christ. But that is the love in which we all have the opportunity to grow into, to allow ourselves to be more with the love of Christ, to allow ourselves to receive, to connect, and to transmit, to become energized by the love of Christ. It's not an external love. It's not a love that's for something external. It's a love for the comfort and the knowing that our Heavenly Father and the intelligence of and the love from God, it is here. It's here and with me. And I pray often, right? As I understand the words of the Bible, the prayer from Yeshua, Jesus, to our Father is that we would be one with him as he was one with the Father, so that we would know the Father as he and our Father were one. So it makes sense when you stop and you think those thoughts through. And I've been talking with friends, right? But kind of joking about my experience and the possibilities. And I think it is possible that I be used as an instrument. Kind of my prayer is to be a leading role in the return of Christ and the reforms of the world, bringing the world into the new kingdom. I pray to be used for that. We'll see where the future brings. I forgot where I was going to land that. We got a guest here, though, so I want to bring him up. Welcome back, Stephen. How are you today, my friend?
Hello. I'm doing great today. I'm enjoying the AC in Mexico and having in a hotel room and enjoying a nice coffee. It's beautiful, beautiful day. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm well. That sounds amazing. I didn't know. So you're visiting Mexico? Is that what I caught?
Yeah, I'm in Mexico. In Mexico,
Oh,
my
fun.
amigo.
That's very cool. I've never made it there myself. Not yet. But hey, before I forget, I want to thank you. I know you play the devilish role in many different ways and at many different times. But last night, I want to thank you. I felt you were I think you were having fun with it too, but I thought you did a great job as an advocate trying to get at some of the truth last night. Thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. I did try to kind of push back against Margot and others a little bit. I mean, there's got to be something there, obviously, if she's had hatred or kind of come at you for all these years. I mean, there's got to be something there. She didn't want to admit to it, but I did kind of call her out last night on some of the stuff because she's I think her name was Margot the Innocent, which was very revealing. She was calling herself the Innocent, and I don't think she's fully innocent when it comes to all this stuff. But anyway,
Oh no. Yeah, she's not.
no,
And honestly, I have hope for Margot. Before this live stream, I ended up visiting with over at Real Breakfast Tacos again, and Margot actually joined there too. And we had some conversations. So with Margot, I think she's been around long enough. There's a reason. And maybe the reason was just to irritate me for a while. I don't know. But I have hope for Margot. She's not a horrible person. I know that.
yeah, I don't hate her just because I
No.
called her out and asked her questions and said, what's the impetus for this? As for our poll, I partially might have agreed a little bit with Andy, but I also called out Andy for his behavior, which of
True.
course our poll's not mentioning. I did question Andy on Andy's behavior and
Thank
what's
you.
up with Andy. What's the reason that Andy? I asked him why the name is about his name about Jack, and I asked him, "What's your issue with Jack?" Like, I was trying to ask questions to get at the truth of the matter, and some people don't ask these questions. I think
Right?
these questions we should have these conversations, and I think "Don't Judge Me" was jumping in trying to squash all the conversation and not let it. Um, I thought it was going somewhere, but she was kind of, I don't know, she was trying to spoil it and trying to interfere. That's the way I looked at it. But
That's interesting because I actually saw her trying to actually bring some peace. She was confused on what she was doing, but Andy's behavior was what truly I was like, wow,
I
holy.
thought Andy liked you before last night. I didn't know all this was going on, so I was kind of trying to get to the bottom of why Andy has something against Jack. For the people that weren't there last night, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, Andy, what's your issue? And why are you, viewing Jack as
Hey,
the Antichrist and all this stuff? But
yeah, Stephen, I don't, I understand. Um, it's an interesting situation, and he showed me. I've got here. When I left last night, I actually wasn't proud of myself, and I was kind of judging myself. I did it again. I could have gone to bed on a high note because I had some great conversations with Modern Men Lost Again, and then with NPC the Game and some of the others on his channel. And then I visited Tommy's, and I didn't have to. I knew I shouldn't, but I did. And so then it wasn't even Tommy, it wasn't even Margot. It was this idiot who's talked to me a very limited amount, and he's clearly misrepresenting facts. He's very emotional, very triggered, and not making much sense to me. But what I learned is I can do a better job of not reacting. I think what ticked me off with Andy is just Andy and Margot, just what I've said. Neither of them have any part in my life. So why do they think they have any sort of jurisdiction or claim, and that I should be subjected to sitting there listening to their nonsense? It doesn't make sense to me, Stephen.
it didn't really make sense to me either. All the time that I've seen Margot come on here, I was thinking, why does she have such hatred for Jack? There's got to be something there, some unexplained reason. And then with Andy, he's fairly new to me. I haven't seen him around too long or that much. I've seen him a couple times maybe on your show, but that was about it. I didn't know all this was going on, this animosity or hatred. So I was like, what is going on here? You're calling Jack the Antichrist. I just
Well,
couldn't believe it. So I had to try to get to the bottom of what was going on.
what it is another person who, well, dude, all of my notes, the notes on the ego, most of them come from watching, trying to understand the people I'm interacting with. Um, People trust their distrust. And then people who distrust, they will, well, like my note earlier, we align with the frequency, we align with the energy we are. And Tommy hosts a place for distrust and anger, and it's fun too. It's not just negative, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it's the energy there.
He wasn't really around when I was there last night. I don't know what happened to him, but he kind of disappeared. I agree with it. TJ said, Truthful Ministries in the chat said, people shouldn't be throwing stones at their brothers and sisters. And instead of throwing the stones, use them to build each other up. I think that's a great comment.
Hmm.
That's wisdom. We shouldn't be throwing stones. I think maybe Andy and Margot might be in love with Jack secretly or something. There might be some
Oh,
kind of something like that going on. I don't know.
no, Stephen, I'm confident it is what I say. As Jesus said, right? Before they hated you, they hated me. And there's lines in the Bible that they reject. It was to one of the others in the transmission from God. They said, they're not rejecting you, they're rejecting me, right? Meaning God is being rejected. Well, since that is my number one focus and devotion, and I've tried warning people, I've been very honest. Hey guys, I think there's something unusual happening with me. There's been a lot of people who've jumped to conclusions and they've misunderstood me. And I'm trying to break that pattern. I mean, I've been saying it not with that same kind energy, but I've been saying this for years. I don't know why people are so illogical with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I've experienced that as well to an extent with certain people that don't know me, that listen, like in the chat, and I have nothing against them. I don't even recognize their names. And they've kind of attacked me based on, oh, so and so said King Stephen's this, or, and it's like, I've never had a conversation with them. I don't know who they are. I don't know their names. And it's just very strange. It's a strange phenomenon where hatred can kind of spread through rumors and misunderstandings and all this stuff. And it's
Yes.
really weird.
Stephen, this is the world we live in. People have gotten so comfortable with the lies, they don't even recognize the truth. I've seen it over and over and over. These words from the Bible are true. If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before it hated you. If you were not of the world would love you as if you were of the world would love you as its own, but because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you.
Yes, it makes perfect
I
sense.
honestly feel, yeah.
If you
And
don't
the
fit,
thing
I
is
don't fit in this world, and I don't think Jack does. So that's the thing. Like, if you're a conformist, Jack talks about being a radical, but if you're a conformist to this world and you say money's everything, fame is everything, everybody liking me is everything, all the liars and demons liking me, if you live that way, they'll love you in this world. They'll put you on a
yeah,
pedestal, they'll worship you, they'll Hollywood, for example, and all that. Go ahead, Jack.
yes, we're welcomed when we fit in, and it's the way that the human design has been built into society, but the society has used the knowledge of the human design to create perpetual division and oppression. We've People have been studying people for a long time. Now, whether they intentionally executed these things for the purposes of driving the masses insane, whether it was intentional or not, I don't know. But I do know that there is, here, these childish adults who run around spreading lies, they're evidence of a broken and insane system. It's fascinating. Took myself, oh, wonderful. We've got a guest here, and I'm going to, with very little patience or tolerance, I'm going to welcome back Andy. How
What's
can I
up,
help?
Jack?
Oh, hey, Andy. What's up?
Nothing much. I came to try to squash the beef if you're interested.
Between me and you?
No, I don't have no beef with you, Steven.
Oh, okay. You don't. Okay.
I don't have any beef with Jack, honestly.
Okay. Well, you're here to squash a beef that doesn't exist? I'm
Well,
confused.
Jack has beef with me. I'm hoping to resolve it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you think I started what you did last night?
No, I just think that you're the one that's upset with me. I don't have any reason to be upset with you.
Then why were you and why have you been?
Well, I was upset with you during our conversation yesterday because you were insulting me.
That's what you claim. And what do you
It's,
think you were doing with me? Oops. No, no. You think you were completely clean, no insults being thrown at me, or you think I'm worthy of your insults and you're not? Is that what you're saying?
you already know. I came on
No.
to breakfast. Well, hold on. Just let me answer you. I came on to breakfast tacos and acknowledged that I was out of line for insulting you. So I've already said that I insulted you.
Well, and you also said you stood behind your words.
Yeah, I stood behind.
Yeah, I don't care. Andy, maybe you're here with good intentions, but after yesterday and today, nope. I don't care. I do not care about you, dude. You've shown me you don't care about me. So there goes my patience. Hey,
Do you think that he was insincere in playing a game coming here, like with an agenda, or what do you think he was trying coming here like this
that's a fair
today?
question.
Yeah.
I believe he honestly saw how ridiculous he looked and sounded, throwing a tantrum like me, like he did at me, and all these nasty things he was saying. I think he honestly saw himself in better light. His conscience said, "Hey, this was wrong." So he's going through the motions, but he does not care about me. From my perception, he cares about his image. He cares that he looked wrong, not that he did
Oh,
wrong.
oh, he's image conscious. He cares about how others see him on here, on YouTube. And oh,
I don't
okay.
know. What
Well,
I
it's a
do know,
possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility.
what I do know is that his efforts with me, again, he has no place in my life to say the things he said last night or today. He brought up breakfast tacos. He insulted me there as well. According to him and his expertise, right? I don't know his studies or experience, but he sure as hell never examined me. According to him and his narrative, the only way I can ever talk to my son again is if I go to an expert, I go to a doctor and get some prescriptions.
Yeah, I think he wants you medicated. I didn't know that he spoke to you on or about you on breakfast tacos. I missed that. But so he's basically going around YouTube talking about you then, Jack. Like okay, maybe he has a
Yeah.
bit of Margot syndrome where he's developing I don't know, an addiction to Jack or something.
Hey, we've got another guest in the back. I think he's
Okay.
ready. I'm not sure. And maybe the
Oh,
signal drop. There you are. Are you ready? Welcome
What's
back.
up?
hey, is this the guy that was on yesterday or the other day?
Yes,
I
sir.
caught part of it. Yeah, I caught part of the show.
This is
Interesting. Hey, good to meet you,
Is
modern
it
men.
Landry from Modern Man Lost Again.
Technical issues.
What's that?
Landry. Okay. He broke up a bit, his audio.
Yes. I think he's still working his stuff together.
I'm sorry, I'm going to try to
Getting it.
unplug this.
Once you get it set up, then we'll be good. Welcome back.
Yes, I think I am.
Sounds
I think I
good.
just we go cameraless. It's better.
Could be.
Sorry about that.
No. Welcome back. It's good to see you again, brother. Amazing things are happening.
How are you? Yeah, it's good
You
to see
guys
too.
seemed to have a good conversation the other day. Sorry for jumping in, but you guys did seem to have a good conversation. You and Modern Men Lost Again.
Yes,
I think
we
so
did.
as well.
And there's greater things coming up too. This is what I'm excited about is this we had great conversations, and it was just really an introduction. The future is where our life is happening, and the past, it's been a hell of a journey, but it's all been preparation, and I am excited for what the future is going to bring.
Me too.
Although, I was just thinking, Landry, because maybe I didn't deal with our friend Andy appropriate, and as I was reconsidering how I dealt with him, he has returned. So
I didn't catch that last night. What happened?
I joined another panel, and it's Tommy, where it's a place that it's usually a little bit testy for me anyway. But Andy and others were extremely comfortable just berating me and insulting me and telling me to shut up and listen to it. Looks like he dropped signal. But let's see. Welcome back, Andy.
Hello. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. This all depends on your level of patience. I have no desire of disengaging with this. I would much rather squash the beef with you.
Well, you're
and
the
I
one
do
who
care about
started
you.
it.
Yeah, you're right. I did, and I think that I would hope that you could at least recognize that, like, these things that I'm telling you, even though I blew up on you last night and insulted you a bunch of times, the suggestions that I'm giving you come from a place of
Your
like,
opinions.
yeah.
They come from a place of ignorance, Andy. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I've sat and listened through people who are far away wanting me to sit and listen to all their analysis and all their opinions. And I get you probably had decent intentions, but it was extremely poorly executed.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm only trying. But what I was trying to say is that it comes from a place of seeing that you're suffering. And I've
Nope.
heard you repeat. Yeah, well, okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong about that then, but you appear to be suffering to me and many other people. And I've heard you, you've sort of vocalized that you want to get into contact with your family a bunch of times, and you've reached out to the community to try to help. And
right.
from where I'm standing, and based on the things that I've heard about you and the things that I've seen you say, it seems like the most appropriate approach would be to seek psychiatric help. That's the only thing I was getting at.
I know. I've heard you. Please don't make me listen to your bullshit again. Please.
Okay.
Your opinions have been noted. Okay? They might be value to you, but I've tried telling you over and over, you do not understand the details of what's going on. You're making me face against misinformation, information I didn't say, but you picked up from the places you go, right? Because people love talking about Jack, and they don't really know either. So, Andy,
can I jump in here and ask something, Jack?
Let me, please.
Okay, I'll let you finish. Sorry.
I felt a shift, and so I want to acknowledge, Andy, I see your willingness. I do believe that your intentions may be good. But dude, you did not think about me. Not when you said those things to me, and not when you said them again today.
Well, I mean, I know my thoughts, and I disagree. I genuinely did think about you, and it was for your benefit when I said.
I don't want to argue, okay? Because you're clearly not considering how I would receive these words. You've not considered to ask me, maybe there's things I've done that you don't even know about. Maybe there's things that others have done that you don't know about. So maybe I don't need to listen to your advice of going to like others, right? You want to be like others, not like me. You want to be like others against me and tell me, go get professional help, Jack. I tried. That's not my path. What I actually need is exactly what I say. Human beings who might give a shit about trying to make a difference. Now, if you don't want to make a difference in my life, that's fine. Please go somewhere else.
No, I do.
I don't like the difference you tried making last night or today, but let me not assume on what you hope for.
Well, I'm being quite open about what I hope for. I hope for you to get back in touch with your family, and I offered
Great.
what I thought based on the information that I have was the best solution. It seems like the most logical path.
Can you accept it's not the best solution? Can you accept that no, you and others have been wrong? And just because you tell me to do something doesn't, even if it was the best solution, what are you going to do? Anything?
Suggest it.
No, you're
Suggest
going
it
to tell me. You're going to offer empty words, Andy. Empty words create empty vessels.
Do you want my help? Like, I'll help you afford it if you need money.
Actually, no, Andy. If you think I'm suffering, I want you to reevaluate what you think you've heard from me. Okay? Now, my situation sucks. In my opinion, it doesn't suck as much for me. It sucks for my son. He didn't have a healthy father when he was younger, but I've been healthy since 2018. And because of foolishness from his mother and other people in the community, Miss Margot, because of people like that, my son has been encouraged to stay away from me. So, Andy, I don't need to go to a doctor to get a prescription or to get a note that will assure people that I'm okay to talk to. All I need for people to do is to have a conversation with me like they care. Not that I need to hear what you got to say. And if you think about this, there's something to do with God. Moose made fun of me the other day because I was looking at my life and I see the clear connection, the way people are with God. People don't talk to God, they talk about God. I spend my day when I'm not online, when I'm not engaged with others, it's me and God. I know God is the truth in my life. I speak with the truth. The truth reveals itself to me. And I do so with the energies of love, because that's what I understand Jesus showed me. Now, he even commanded for those who claim to obey, he commanded that we love. But I know leaders, man, their commands, their invitations for us to do what they want. And then when we do what the leader wants, we do it with honor. So I want to love with honor. And I live with full honesty, and I accept all the consequences of my honesty. But I've also been facing the consequences of a lot of lies about me, Andy. And people like you that have not really reached out, tried to say, hey, Jack, can we talk? I care about you. I want to try and help. I never got that call from you. So if you want to battle me online, dude, I got better things to do.
No, I don't want to battle you. And I mean, if there's something that I've said or something about you that was false, I would like to know. I don't want to be thinking things that aren't true about you.
I tried correcting. I don't remember the specifics of your many false representations of me. I tried communicating, and it failed. It wasn't the right time. And at this point, you're welcome. Please go back and see what you said. And if you want to discuss anything or any of my objections specifically, I'm happy to. But it is not my job anymore to continue defending against lies. That's the foolish thing that Jack has been doing for too long. So, Andy, please, if you can accept what I claim is the truth about me, I'm outside of Washington, D.C. for a reason. If I can find a way to actually make a difference in this world, I'm sure my son will call me. If I find a way to speak with my son, and I actually have, it's not just Jack. I mean, here's the thing too, my whole experience online, I don't shut this off, and it's not like I got a friendly relationship to go hang out with. It's not like I got a close family I can go to and talk about this crap. I deal with it with me and God. So if you actually saw me with the support of family and friends again, holy shit, I'm so much more fun. So if anyone wants to help me communicate with people with the American Postal Workers Union, either in Spokane or Seattle or Denver, those are the regions that I was represented in, or in Washington, D.C. There's people, I have their numbers, I've sent messages, but I haven't been able to get their attention. So I'm looking for support to help me communicate with other human beings that I want to talk to, such as people from my past, with the union, with the Postal Service, with the United States government, and with my family. Or if people are willing to help me where I am, Washington, in Baltimore, I'm reached out to the local mayor here, trying to find out where I can do more in this new community. There's a lot that people could do other than bastardize me and my name just because I show up somewhere. That's what I'd like you to consider, Andy.
Yeah, I think you have maybe a little bit of a skewed view of the information that I've gotten. A lot of it comes from like video clips of things that you've said that have helped me formulate the opinion that I have, but also like the people that have told me some of the things about what went on with you in Spokane did not tell me it to bash you. They have the same intentions that I do to help.
Right. And the world is filled with foolish liars that are claiming to help as they go off to war, murdering others. Lots of people do horrible things with the idea that they're helping, and it's simply because they didn't bother to ask the right questions. Maybe ask questions of the one who's actually involved. Unless you want to presume I'm a liar, because that's what others have said. If you presume I'm a liar, well, there's no reason asking me anything, and there's no reason believing what I say. But that's the problem. People have believed I'm lying, and they ignore my explanations over and over and over. Says God. I'm sure that's what God is dealing with.
Well, okay, well, would you agree with me then that if all of the rumors were true in a hypothetical scenario, would psychiatric evaluation not be the best path if they were true, if the rumors were true?
If the rumors were true, shouldn't I be escorted to get some help? I mean, if I'm this incapable of managing myself or others, you want me to believe that that's my current... See, this is gaslighting at its worst, Andy.
No, I'm acknowledging that the rumors are not true. I'm taking your word for it, but I'm just saying, in my defense, if the rumors were true, like would I have been out of line to suggest psychiatric help if those rumors were true?
Yes.
Even still?
Yes. And the reason I say that is just as I've already explained. You are not a physician. You've never examined me as a man. You've never actually communicated with me as a physician or in any relationship to actually fairly determine my state of being. Now, from a distance, like others, you've convinced yourself you know enough, and that you know enough that you're in the right to say a bunch of horrible things to me and about me. That's what you convinced yourself of, Andy. So no, even if I was insane and in need of psychiatric help, no, you could have found anyone else, someone who is actually willing to have a real life conversation with me, maybe talk to me like a man. So don't put on this facade that, no, dude, you were still in the wrong.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I have the resources to bring in like a psychiatrist to talk to you or anything, but I was basically just, and again, I'm speaking from a hypothetical scenario where if all of the rumors were true, would I have been out of line to suggest that? And within those rumors is a rumor that 3 different psychiatrists have suggested that you are not of good mental health and need to be medicated. So that is amongst those rumors. You know what I mean? So it's not like there's no professional diagnosis with my.
Right, Andy. And again, why are you're not even, how about, let me ask, because just because it's not there doesn't mean it's not possible. You want to play this damn hypothetical game with me? How about the other way? How about hypothetically, Jack is right?
Yep.
Then what, Andy?
Well, I don't know what you would be referring to as right. Like right about what?
I know. This is the thing. You haven't
like.
thought.
Are you saying none of the rumors are true?
What if Jack is right that I have been falsely accused? I've been misrepresented. That I've been falsely accused and misunderstood by my representatives, including the physicians who were hired. I've maintained that, and I have all the evidence and all the explanations available to prove my innocence. You have not looked for facts. You've done as many others have done with me, Andy. And so let's play it back the other way. What if Jack is right and there has been this series of unfortunate misunderstandings? An innocent guy has just been put through the ringer. He shouldn't have lost his job. He shouldn't have been denied time with his son. It was all a big misunderstanding. And what if along the way, well, let's stop there. What if all those things are true, let alone the rest of the signs that prove what I'm saying? What if I am an innocent man who was wrongfully treated and you've joined the side of those who were against me? What if that is true, Andy?
Well, first off, I'm not against you at all, and I've already said that. Like, if these rumors are true, I thought you needed psychiatric help. If they're not true,
Let's
then
go
don't
back.
get help.
Right. Let's go back to this conversation where hypothetically, I am right, and you chose to run with misinformation, and you said what you did. Okay, but now we're here. So we've determined that I'm not in need of immediate psychiatric help. That's not the best course for this. That Jack is maybe of sound enough mind that we can understand him to communicate what he actually wants. So if you can accept that I might be like you, being honest, but the difference is the topic here, Andy, is about me. You've been wanting me to believe that you know me better than me. No. I'm telling you that is absurd, Andy.
Yeah, that's just false. That's not true. I don't think that at all. I don't think that I know you better than you at all. I've told you already. We've been clear about this. Like, I heard some rumors about you, and I've heard a lot of things that you've said yourself, so please, off of these things. Okay.
How many times do you? Okay, what is it going to take for you to accept that those rumors and the information you went off of were not enough? That you formed opinions and convictions that were unsound. And I'm trying to communicate that with you clearly here and politely.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, if you play along with this hypothetical scenario where Jack is innocent, he's not insane, now what?
Well, in that hypothetical scenario, if you've been falsely accused of all these things, then just don't get help. You're fine. And I agree. But from my perspective, I have one person saying this
Andy,
and one
Andy,
person.
Andy,
Yeah.
what about the damages that have been caused?
Like what? What do you mean?
In this hypothetical scenario that we're discussing, where Jack Talcott, since long before you knew him, has been saying there's been a pattern of people misunderstanding me, wrongfully accusing me. I've been put through the ringer and I'm trying to put the pieces of my life back together again. Now, if Jack is right, okay, and the rumors you found and the facts you found while you were convicted and very, very confident in your insulting narrative of me, in this hypothetical scenario, it's wrong. Okay, so you're in my life after I have been subjected to these patterns and you've participated in the pattern, but now you've recognized maybe you were wrong. So we just forget about everything? Is that what you say, Andy?
Well, I don't know that I'm wrong. I mean, I have one person saying that the other things and you saying one thing. I don't know. I don't have proof either way.
Andy, the only reason you don't have proof is because of your willful ignorance and your chosen choice to deny my explanation. So does anyone else want to?
I'm listening. If you have some proof or something that these things didn't happen.
No, nothing. I am innocent. You want me to prove my innocence? No, that's not how it works. If you have evidence, then we can discuss the evidence. But just because you say you've seen something is not evidence. And I don't want to go into this nonsense when all you have to do is try to accept an honest man for the honest things I say.
Yeah, I am trying, and I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. If you say that these things aren't true, that gives a whole different side to the story. But
yeah,
it does. I don't know who to believe, though. You know what I mean? There's two sides here.
Oh, tell you what. Thank you for your honesty. You get to believe, and you did choose who to believe. So it's not like you can't figure it out. You can. You know how to discern the truth. Now, are you willing to look? That's the question.
Well, I mean, short of like
to join with others.
Yeah. Well, short of like going to Spokane and talking to a bunch of people and asking about you, there's really no way to find out if these things are true or not.
All right, great. Then you're kind of taking up space. Did Modern Men?
What's the point of this? I don't understand. Like what?
I already said when I came in, the point was to just reconcile with Jack and squash the beef.
Okay, well, it seems to kind of be going in circles, but what I want to say is with psychiatry and everything, it's not that black and white, dude. It's like good and evil in this world. I don't think they're so simple. I've been in a mental hospital before, and they just try to pump you full of drugs, and they really don't help you with anything. And often that's just a revolving door, kind of like the prison system. So I think just like coming and just suggesting psychiatry to somebody who you don't really have the place to say that, it's just silly, no matter who you are. I don't know. It seems like for me, if I thought the things that you were thinking, I would just kind of move on. It doesn't seem like you're trying to get anything done. It seems like you're trying to kind of instead of focusing on yourself, you're focusing on someone else. Which I mean, I don't even know you, but I'm just saying from my perspective, I'm like, what is this doing for the people listening? Is this doing anything, or are we just kind of like waiting for this to be over?
Oh, I didn't know I was putting on a performance. I was just trying to solve this problem with Jack.
No, not
So
performance.
you say.
I'm just looking forward to solving for you.
The thing is, though, is Andy, You brought a problem for me to solve, but you are the holder of the problem. You created the problem. You convinced yourself that you were right and I was wrong, and that Jack is suffering. And Jack, since he's suffering so much online and it's so bad, I need to tell Jack what to do. Andy,
Yeah.
I think it is time to move on. You offered your apology. I accept that you maybe came across with different intentions than you wanted, but I'm not finding what I'm wanting from you. So, thank you.
Andy, can I ask one question before Andy leaves, or if he's leaving? Are you in love with Jack Talcott? I know it sounds a bit silly, but like, what is this? You've just kind of met Jack, as far as I understand. You don't really know Jack for that long, right?
Nope. Correct. Yeah, you're right.
Well, there's some kind of attraction, or
well, I mean, the entire reason that I was initially attracted to Jack's channel was because he's such a positive person, and that's typically the people that I like to surround myself with in my real life.
Still
like
see him as positive, or have you been jaded? Like, what happened? What happened?
That all depends on whether or not these rumors are true, I guess. But on the surface, yeah, Jack seems like a positive person, and that's what drew me into Jack. And go ahead,
Andy. Do you sincerely think that Jack needs mental psychiatric help, or is this a form of attack? Like, what is it, sincere or
no?
Yeah, there's no attack at all. I have literally no hard feelings for Jack.
And people on YouTube.
I know, and I've stood up for him too against Tommy and stuff, and just other. I'm not going to name off people, but I've stuck up for Jack a little bit in the past too. And all of this, I want to preface, like, these suggestions only come from the fact that if these rumors are true, if they're not true, then just fuck what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter. But if the rumors are true, that would be my suggestion.
Confirm the rumors and then deal with it. If it's
yeah, I don't want to put it all out there. Like, this is Jack's personal shit. I'm really trying to just leave the details out, but like, we could dive into it right now.
Andy, you didn't. You literally thought it was appropriate, in the light of everything I say and do. You're so missing the bigger picture, dude. And I appreciate you, Andy, because I see your character. You're strong enough. You're strong and humble enough to have difficult conversations, and I respect that. Now, you asked a question though, Stephen, and that was a good one, because Andy's intention was not to disrespect me. What he said was it was a path for me to get to my son. So he was trying to get me in the direction of my son, and that is getting me towards what I want. I don't think I'm misreading that, am I, Andy?
No, you're right. This came from love, I promise you. And
that's what I lean towards as well. I do believe you, Andy.
It started off in the wrong way because we got into a fight when I told you about it. It was never intended to. This was all intended to be private between me and you, Jack. And I just was really afraid to give you my phone number because of the rumor.
You did make it public last night. Would you agree to that? Admit to that?
Oh yeah, and I came on to Breakfast Tacos and attempted to apologize for it. Like, I knew I was wrong for bringing it up in public and insulting you, and that was never my intention. I wanted to do this privately, but I was worried about giving out my phone number because of the rumor.
Well, it's another example how our fears sabotage. Because had you reached out to me personally and privately, my reaction would have been considerably different. But you didn't. And you chose to join the long line of fools who have chose to battle me. And I don't disrespect.
I'm not battling you. I'm not battling you.
You chose to. You chose to enter the battle against the true character of Jack Talcott. So it's not my place to defend that character anymore, but it is my goal to allow it to shine. And people don't see my true character when I'm constantly getting interrogated and accused and misrepresented on a professional level, Andy.
Yeah.
See, you're not thinking about me as a man, and it's not your fault. No one has. But this is a state and a sign of our society. If people don't start considering what effects are happening to other people, well, that's why the suicide rate is continuing. That's why the addictions are continuing. People are broken because people don't give a shit.
You have to consider, like, that's why I'm doing this, though, because I'm worried about you doing.
Andy, you're not being honest, though. And
What do you mean? What have I ever lied about? What are you talking about? I've never lied about anything.
You're lying to yourself. And you're sharing your honest excuses. You've shared your honest excuses, but I am a man who does not buy excuses. So I won't enable yours either. You chose to allow your fear and insecurities. You chose to buy it, to give rumors power. You gave rumors power instead of trusting in what I say, what you've seen me say, what you've seen me do. You didn't trust that. You trusted rumors. Why?
Yeah. Well, it's not just rumors, Jack. I've already said that. It's a lot of this comes from things you've said too.
Yes,
a lot of things you've said some alarming things.
Andy, I'm responsible for what I say. You are also responsible for what you ignore. Okay? Yeah. You found what you wanted to hear. You found what confirmed your suspicions, and then you built your suspicions through enabled, right? Margot's an enabler. What I was hearing from you, dude, it wasn't things I said. I was hearing you repeat things that Tommy has said, things that Margot has said. It's like...
Yeah, none of it comes from Tommy. Some of it does come from Margot, but I feel like unless I have a good reason to think that Margot's a liar, like she knew you personally in Spokane.
Andy, I have said for years, Margot is a liar.
Yeah, but saying that doesn't prove it.
Andy, I know. Just like me saying I'm not a liar doesn't prove it. Andy, your denial, I've entertained it enough. Thank you for your apology. You can return again another day, perhaps, but I'm done. Trexty, thank you, my friend. If you want the best for someone, you don't berate them publicly, twice, cruelly, over and over, defending the choice to be ignorant.
Berating someone publicly is cruel. I do agree with Trexty on that. Jack, this could be a teaching moment for everyone tuned in. Instead of, like, he was making it personal towards you last night and then today. But do you think that maybe Andy requires some mental health help? I know that Modern Men said about his bad experience. I understand that there's problems with the psych industry. It is like an industry, as Modern Men said. It's like the prison system. And that's a great point. So I think Andy was trying to push you into a psych industry that would have just over-medicated you, as Modern Men experience. Oh, shit. Oh, my gosh. Who was that?
I knew better than that. Damn it. I apologize to all. Yeah, I knew it too. You know what? I'm just going to shut this down. I was ready to shut down anyway. I'll edit it out, and then the rest remain in members only.
Well, Jack, I just want to say I hope the rest of your day gets better. I don't want you to stay down about what happened in this live stream. Hopefully your day gets better. Today kind of sucked. We all kind of go through these shitty days, and hope your day gets better. Bless
Well,
you. God bless you. Take
thank
care.
you. Thank you. Appreciate that. That was my poor judgment, Mater. I will accept responsibility. I do apologize to all of those who saw. There's been changes to the StreamYard on the backside, and so my finger couldn't get to it. I missed getting them out of there as quick. It was disrespect. It was true foolishness that people bring forth. We live in this world, and this is the state of the world we live in. People are so uncaring, so juvenile, so foolish. And it saddens me because I know what else is going on. Brothers and sisters, it's really easy to fool yourself. It's really easy to focus on what is unimportant, and then you ignore what is important. And most important for us all is the truth. And the truth is, well, I screwed up. Yeah, I don't think they were connected. I'm pretty sure. No, there's not a connection between those two. Andy's a good guy. He's just on his own path. Hey, here's someone. Welcome, Tommy.
Be wary of the offer of a free week of business level StreamYard, because they're looking to auto charge you the $88 after that week is up. Joke's on them. I didn't have $88 in my account. Duh. It's all wrapped up in Bitcoin and things.
Good.
Sometimes I give you good stuff when I drop in at the close jack, and I don't know whatever kind of shit show was typically going on. I'm sure it was. I just want to give you this food for thought, and if you want to change your thinking over this aspect, then so be it. We can look at a lot of government, local government and state and programs that for a willing downtrodden individual, there are resources to go to. And as a guy that's riding with some of these people that have been out here in these streets like 16 years, I see a lot of times where I'll go with Chris Kringle and we'll post up at the Little Caesars a little bit before they close so we can be the first on those trash pizzas. And it's our fellow man that's like, fuck those guys. And they'll either like not put them where we can get them, or they'll junk them to where you wouldn't want to eat them. And that's not the government, it's the fellow man going, man, fuck them. Fuck our hungry fellow man out there. And even the husband of the manager lady here at Storage, in my time here, I've made a lot of progress with her, understanding what I'm doing out here, what I'm about, why I want to be at Storage and stuff. And she's like gone for the weekend, and her husband's here. And not only is he like back to cracking down the time I'm here, but he came up today and he said, hey, did you leave a bag of like vegetables and groceries over there on my freezer? I was like, yeah. I was like, I always share whatever I can't keep here that'll perish. I always give it to Kelly. And he goes, so she keeps it for you. And I went, no, that's yours. I give it to her. That's yours. And he looked away with a Talcottian scowl. Like this motherfucker giving my wife the food that'll just spoil. And I'm like, I don't see how a human would find a problem with that unless he's looking for what he wants to see with my presence here. And I feel like I'm just, rare time that I'll allow you to agree. I am open to your agreements this time.
Thank you. I'll accept them when they're available. I agree with you, and and it makes it tough. It does make it tough when people aren't willing to give you an honest view, want to see what you're doing is wrong. That's what I heard from you.
I mean, there's aspects to it like that, but I mean, right now things might appear tough, but I can guarantee everybody this is the tough that I've gotten many times before. This is that God backing off for a minute and letting things all push me back into a corner. And I knew when I left at the beginning of winter, I was like, I'm going on this ruthless excursion to get into worse dire straits than when I had been in a wreck and been out here, because you can't grow off of just coming up better and better. And whenever you ask me, yeah, you have future plans and you'll be fine. Yes, there's a time I'll just go eat things and stay places. But I understand right now this is the time that everything's going to fail. And even the things that I think I have security in are going to fall out from under me. And there's no way I can explain that to the panelverse as I go into it. But I think enough things have happened since winter that now they are putting it together and they're seeing it. And fair warning to you, Jack, you can't fake that stuff, because if you try and you get somewhere with it, you will be weighed and found wanting, most likely. And it is even a challenge for me. Like, is this a left hand thing that I can tell the right hand in this situation? Yeah, a lot of reasons for God's people to keep their mouths shut, more often than people think. And like
learning.
a Japanese man with 7 fingers, sometimes I talk too much.
Brother, that's a lesson I've been learning as well, is self-mastery. I think that is a big part of it, is when we learn how to shut up, because sometimes there's just no winning.
Let's just call it learning to shut up, because once again, enlightenment, self-mastery, all that stuff, it's not Christianity.
Right.
You could be a farmer pauper in the fields toiling your whole life, and you can be just as much a Christian as a televangelist guy, if he's a Christian.
Yeah, I agree.
So just for you, and I know that lurking word wizard is listening, no, we can't all be children of God, because Jesus himself told the Pharisees, like, you are of your father the devil, showing even in that statement that we're not all children of God. We're all creations of God, yes, creations. We use our words. We're creations of God, not all God's children.
Thank you for joining, Tom. I'm not sure if that was connection or timing. That Tom, he is an amazing guy, filled with timing, filled with ideas and fun and creativity. And brothers and sisters, I hope you had fun today. I hope you enjoyed some of our time. Andy, I want to thank you for joining. Stephen for joining. Modern Men Lost Again. And if I missed any, thank you. Tommy, too. This online adventure, yes, there's personalities, and the personalities don't always get along. But what is important, brothers and sisters, regarding the theme today, finding the gate of righteousness, the gates of righteousness. Righteousness it's more than just being right. It's being accurate. It's being correct. It's being aligned with the truth. And not just aligned with the truth, but being aligned with the truth with compassion and mercy and love and honor. That's the way to live. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to wrap it up here. I thank you all again for joining, and let's see what the future brings. Sorry again for my poor moderation, and I'll do better again in the future. We'll get this cleaned up. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again, and God bless us all. Peace.